Hopefully, dili lustran inyong mga panty.
Pimuan tagagi nga gamito na ko yung brief.
Panty liners.
I am low-key freaking out. I am not prepared. I don't have my mask anymore. Lisod kaayo mangita og mask. I'm just gonna show you guys how much masks are so unavailable. Excuse me, na may face mask? Wala. Thank you. Do you guys want this? It's kind of weird. It's impossible for me to be able to buy the face mask that they sell. So I guess I'm just gonna have to make my own face mask then.
So let's start with the very first item that I am going to make into a face mask, and that is the one and only bra. Actually, this isn't the first time I've heard of turning a bra into a face mask. It has been around for a while, and I figured when best to talk about it but now. So I'm going to show you how to turn your bra into a face mask. The first step that you're going to do is you are going to get your bra and basically cut around where the underwire should be. I'm just going to trace around this line right here para kanina lang yun siya ang mabilin. So this is basically going to be your face mask. This is gonna go over here. And it makes sense, right? Now, if you're using a bra that doesn't have an underwire, that's better because you're eventually going to take the underwire out. There, guys. So I basically just trimmed it around. You can actually tahi this if you want. The next step is to put it on your face and to see the fit, whether you want it like this or you can move it sideways. The whole point of your mask is you want it to fit as snug as possible. You want it to be able to fit your face snugly so that air won't come in or air won't go out. Maduluag siya sa ubos. So, pwede na ko siya tahion paana. I'm gonna use a safety pin. Actually, if dili na kagana mo tahi, okay na ba yan eh? Now, sew this part and connect it here. So, I've finished sewing my mask. What I like about using a bra is that you can adjust the bra straps to make it as loose or as tight as you want. I would suggest sewing this part if you want para tighter lang siya. But your girl doesn't have the patience to sew this right now. It has foam. That's a good thing about it because it has a protective layer. If you were to have another strap, you could add it here and then duha siya kabuok. So the second face mask that we're going to make today is with the use of your underwear. And don't worry guys, dili ni siya karaan nga panty. I bought this just for today, so we're all safe. Panties have really cute patterns and it already comes with its own elastic band, so I think that's really cute. The first step that we're going to do is we're gonna get an existing face mask that we already have. This is actually a face mask that I kept with me since January, and I can't use this anymore because you're supposed to replace them every single time. I'm gonna take my mask, align it with the garter of my panties. I'm giving it an inch distance para if naisayup-sayup, I can just fold it. I don't want it to be too big or too tight. So this is what it would look like after. You can see that I've traced the lines around the underwear, and the next step is to cut. So you're gonna cut it around and just follow that line or that outline that you created. I'm done cutting the pattern that I made, and see, this is gonna fit over my face because napamantay garter na bilin dire. Hopefully dili lustran inyong mga panty. We are going to cut off this garter right here. So everything you need for a face mask is here. In desperate times like this, if I saw someone who went out into the world using like weird items as a face mask, I would understand, honestly. I would definitely prefer to use alternatives because I know that I'm not hoarding things that other people need more than me. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to cut this garter in half. So I would ideally sew it on here and on here. You can choose to sew the edges as well para limpyo lang siya, but again, your girl doesn't have the time or the patience to do it. You can do it if you want to. Now we're gonna check or test if this mask actually works.
Look, I made this out of a panty. You married a genius. Medyo kagot mo na ko. Pimuan tagagi nga gamito na ko yung brief.
Usually for face masks, especially if they're cloth, it doesn't really do or serve much of a purpose, especially because there isn't that protective lining that comes with it. Other people would suggest that you put cloth or cotton in it, or a cotton pad or tissue paper in it. But what I'm going to do right now, and I think if you're a woman, you have this, I have a couple of these lying around, and these are panty liners. It's basically a big piece of cotton anyways, but it's better because it has adhesive. So you can actually use a napkin or you can use a panty liner. I choose to use a panty liner because I think it's mas gaan. I'm just gonna stick it on my panty. The best thing about using a panty liner is you can just take it off, throw it away, and replace it, you know? If you want to add more than one because you want to cover the whole thing, you can do that. This is what it would look like if I use 2 panty liners. You can actually be as innovative as you possibly can, and that's something I learned in school. So if all else fails, I found a couple of things that we could possibly use. Now they are still masks, but they're not the typical masks that are created for medical purposes. But if you just want to add that extra level of protection into your life, then you could possibly consider using these. So the first thing that I found is actually a real mask, which I found in the hair department, because this is what they use when you get your hair done. It just looks like this. It's just like this, but you could use this, and then if you want it to be even tighter, you can just add like a higot at the back and then use that. What do I have to say about the current situation that we are facing right now? It is a very difficult time for everyone, and I do sympathize with all of us who are feeling a certain way. I'm sure a lot of us have woken up feeling anxious, especially when we read the news. I think it's really important for all of us to really be aware of the current situation, to get as much information as we can. And when it comes to getting information, I think it's really important that we make sure that all our sources are actually factual and are up to date. When we share news, I hope that we all make the extra effort to make sure that these are from credible sources, because sometimes pictures can be deceiving, and unless if it comes from a really reliable source, then we could be doing more damage than good. So I hope that we really keep that in mind when we disseminate information. I also think it's really important for us to take care of ourselves first and foremost. It's really important for us to know the different ways to take care of our health. Constantly wash your hands. It sounds very simple, but washing your hands actually can go a really long way. And I'm gonna flash a picture of an experiment that someone did showing us the effects that hand washing can actually have on a piece of bread. It's pretty amazing what the effects of hand washing are, and I highly suggest that you do it. If you don't know the proper way of washing your hands, I'm going to show you right now.
Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to live, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my life to give. I will survive. I will survive. Yeah, yeah. Do 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 do.
It's really important for us to take care of our health. Take your vitamins every day, whether it's vitamin C, your multivitamins. It's important that your immune system is up. The news says that nCoV targets mostly the older demographic and the younger demographic, but that doesn't mean that you can't catch it either. So make sure that you're healthy at all times. And of course, social distancing is something that we should really take into consideration. Work from home as much as possible, avoid social gatherings, and just do what's best for you and your family. And lastly, be responsible, but also be conscious. Don't overstock, guys, because there are other people who need it as well. And of course, be alert at all times. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you learned a lot. Make sure to share it with all your friends, whether they be girls or guys, because men wear briefs. They could make a mask out of briefs. I also hope that when you watch this video, you understand where I'm coming from. Although there are masks out there that only cost like 30 pesos or even lower, 30 pesos for you might not be 30 pesos for another person. 30 pesos to you might just be change, but 30 pesos to another person could be an entire meal for their entire family. I hope you like this video, and if you want to keep having conversations like this, how to take care of your health, how to create other things in this very trying time, make sure to follow the Bayhana community group. Let's have discussions, Bayhanas, because healthy discussions are always welcome discussions. And of course, don't forget to follow me on all my socials. I'm Isa Please, and don't forget to follow YTV as well. Don't forget, Knowledge is power, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!